What if aliens come to Earth and wipe out humanity, but this is the only thing that saved this podcast is what they learned from humanity?
Well, then we're doomed.
Don't panic. We're still here.
We haven't been taken off the airways. We just got delayed. We got lost. We got a little bit lost on the way.
Sometimes things come up.
Sometimes they do. And we try to be here weekly for you, our cast of 1,000 listeners. But sometimes real life sneaks up, smacks you in the face, and gets right in the way.
But we're here. It's fine.
We are. We owe an apology, don't we? We didn't make it last week. We are really sorry about that. We want to try and make these frequent. We want to make them weekly. We want to get you engaged and listening to our thoughts and opinions on things that really don't have any interest or meaning. But we're sorry. We're back. We're here. Let's not panic.
Maybe you were glad we were gone.
Maybe. Did anyone notice?
But Scalers, we're truly sorry. And it might happen again, but hopefully not.
Yeah. Whatever. We had some comments and some likes last time.
Zebedee would be the person that drew us the fabulous cartoons, has commented. He said he guessed the comb, but that pig thing is nightmare fuel.
That pig thing was pretty messed up, wasn't it? It was like a pig cow.
But he hasn't actually guessed the elephant in the room.
No, he hasn't.
What's the point of commenting if you're not going to guess the elephant in the room?
I don't know why we still do it, because I don't think anyone's actually guessed it.
Well, actually, so we've got Adam Valentine Smith's back for more.
Back again.
Hashtag #1 scaler.
#1 commenter.
This is a 2-part question. Okay. Is the elephant in the room cereal? Also, can I get a signed T-shirt?
Yes and no.
I mean, if we ever make T-shirts...
I mean, I'll doodle on your latest top if you want. But I'm not going to go down that road. But he is right. It is a cereal.
It's a cereal.
It's a cereal.
Okay, that's fabulous. So I'm looking at that there. Ewan Donaldson, fact. He's our fact king.
Oh, I love these facts.
Tony Robinson is a fan of the rock band Genesis.
Who isn't a fan?
I don't know if I've heard a song by them.
Well, Phil Collins is kind of just a bit of a legend.
What do they
sing? Right. They sing songs, rock songs.
What kind of song?
Prog rock. It's kind of like a
prog rock,
70s or 80s. It's pretty old, but
I'll have to listen to that.
You should.
Ewan, keep the facts coming.
Keep the facts coming.
He's guessed honeycomb for the elephant.
No, it's incorrect.
It's a cereal.
Cereal. Do you want to have one last guess before I just?
Yeah, I mean, trying to base off what kind of cereal you'd probably eat. You look like a cornflakes kind of person.
I'm not. I've eaten the same cereal every day of my life since I was probably about 10 years old.
Is Weetabix?
Weetabix.
What?
Weetabix.
Wow, that's very good because it looks like popcorn.
Do you think?
Yeah.
It does a bit actually, doesn't it? I suppose. Yeah, it's sort of like glossy almost.
You've never been to Australia because they have different kind of Weetabix. It's more flaky.
Really?
Yeah.
How, in what way?
So that's like crumbly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the flakes are bigger. They're much more like wood shavings.
Okay.
Kind of like that, and they're actually nicer.
I'm really particular with my Weetabix, so I have a very, very narrow window for when I can eat it. So I will get everything ready. I put the Weetabix in. I normally add in some fruit as well, and then I'll milk it.
Milk it?
Yeah,
like
milk it. I'll cover it in, well, not cover it in milk.
What kind of milk? Skim milk?
Semi-skim, green top. I'll fill the bowl to about 3/4. Then the Weetabix can be in the milk no longer than I say about 20 to 30 seconds before I have to demolish it.
Do you do one brick at a time?
Yeah, and I will smash all of that with under a minute.
How many bricks?
3.
So you go one brick, eat, another brick, eat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see. I haven't had Weetabix in a long time because I've kind of changed my breakfast diet.
It's quite particular, yeah.
I used to have 4. Just pour the milk on, and then it would get very mushy.
Oh no, I can't stand the mush. I like to have a little bit of texture. So I'm quite particular.
Do you like to swirl ice cream so it becomes creamy?
No, I don't like to do that. No,
I do like doing that. I like doing it. Oh,
right.
Cotton wool.
No, it's food. It's food themed, isn't it?
We forgot to say, insert food week.
Should have touched on that. Yeah, a reminder, these are all going to be food related.
What supermarket?
These would be from Waitrose, actually.
Waitrose.
Rather pompous, but we've been shopping at Waitrose lately.
Waitrose, the most middle class podcast you'll listen to today. Macro photography on Waitrose food.
Yeah.
But what a sponsor if we can get Big John Lewis to become a partner.
Do you know, they're such a good company.
Yeah.
They really are.
We can become partners, not sponsors.
I'd love to be.
Okay, so we've had a cereal. I'm guessing this isn't another cereal.
No, this is not another cereal. I don't think there's any more cereal.
It's very fluffy.
It's very fluffy, isn't it? It does look like cotton wool, doesn't it? What? Describe what you see.
It looks like cotton wool.
Yeah, it looks like
it's
cotton wool,
fluff.
yeah.
It's just a ball of fluff. Why are you undoing your trousers?
I'm doing my belt.
Is that a clue?
No, I'm just uncomfortable how I was sitting there. A bit tight.
Is it sweet or savoury?
Savoury.
Okay, so I was going to go prawn cocktail.
No,
prawn cracker. Sorry.
Yeah, it does look a bit like a prawn cracker. There's
Very apt. For
a lot of texture. A lot of texture. Lots of sort of. It looks stringy. Not stringy.
Stringy. Cheese string.
No, it's not stringy.
I'm trying to think what you eat because you look like a sort of person that doesn't eat like that kind of stuff. Whatever that is. It looks like candy floss. I can't imagine you eat candy floss.
No, it's not. I do eat these. Quite a lot of people
clearly.
do.
Quite a lot of people do. So it's white.
Yes, that is correct. That is a white picture you're looking at.
And is it crumbly or is it flaky or
No, it's quite firm.
Crunchy?
Rubbery.
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 Baby Bell?
No,
Is it cheese?
and it's not cheese.
We're saving that for cheese week.
Yeah, we need to save that for cheese week. No, it's not cheese.
Rubbery.
It's rubbery.
What's rubbery? Okay, give me one more guess. Give me a clue then.
You want to eat it raw. You wouldn't want to eat it raw.
Oh, you wouldn't want to
No,
eat
you
it?
wouldn't want to eat it
So
raw.
you'd cook it?
You cook it, yeah. Typically, you would fry.
Egg?
No.
Chips?
No. We're going nowhere.
Mushroom?
It's a mushroom.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty epic. I mean, is that the stalk or the... What do you call that bit? The button?
Well, they're button mushrooms. Waitrose essential range. I don't know. I think it was just a bit of the top helmet.
Have you ever eaten a mushroom from the wild?
No, you should never do that. Have you?
No, but I've always thought, might as well try it.
No, I don't think you should. Are they porcini mushrooms? I think
There's
they are.
particular ones which kill you.
No, they're not the ones that kill. They're really nice. They're like they taste like steak. They're really really meaty. I think they're called porcini.
These ones?
No, that's just a button mushroom.
Are they the bacon mushrooms?
No, they're like they look like a sort of a dried pharaoh's testicle. They're really kind of like
in the wild.
No, I've only ever bought them in a packet. They're really dried out. Really. I don't
Are they
know.
the long thin ones?
Yeah, and then you hydrate them in water, and they make a meat.
Don't you think it's
even
weird
meatier.
how like that became known that's what makes them good to eat?
What,
like someone in the past has done that to it
Well,
by accident, probably.
who was the first person to drink a cow's milk?
Yeah,
That's pretty weird.
yeah,
It's pretty weird. Should we move on?
yeah. They make them have a baby and then they just keep sucking them, whatever it is, suckling. What do you call it when you get milk? What's it called?
Milking?
Milking, suckling. Suckling is a word though.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
what a calf would do.
Yeah.
On the teat.
But we do it with a machine.
We do. We use it on their udders, yeah.
Mango.
No. No, it's not a mango. So it's green, isn't it? With a bit of white and a bit of brown texture on it, but it's not a mango.
It's like little scabs.
They do look like little scabs, yeah. It's it looks like a rough texture, this, but it's actually very smooth.
Can we just say, obviously these are your pictures.
Yes, they are. I was wondering when we were going to come back onto this. I mean, I don't like to brag, but really it's quite lovely to revert back to a nice...
You prefer being the revealer.
I feel that my shots are slightly, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still terrible, but they're slightly more...
Ambiguous?
Just... You're never going to guess what it is, whereas yours, I suppose, were... Well, first you told me what one of them was. You said it was a coin, and then we had the comb. No, the comb was the good one, wasn't it? It was the walnut. That was immediately obvious that it was.
Yeah, I think I was just... Because it was my first go at it, I was just excited that I was taking the images.
You were. Well, you can do it again next week.
Pressure.
Yeah, you're going to have to try and find some better shots. But
yeah. Well,
it's nice to be back in our old roles.
Yeah. Slipping back into what we know.
So what are you thinking? Mango? It's not a mango.
So it's smooth, is it? It looks a bit bumpy, though.
It's sweet.
Sweet.
There you go.
So it's a fruit.
It's a fruit.
Pear.
Pear.
Wow, look at that. That is, if you were to say, what does a pear look like? That is a typical pear.
That's a typical pear.
And your images, the lighting is just perfect. There's no ambience. It's literally a white background.
It absolutely is, yeah.
Pear.
In our DIY light boxes.
Yeah, you've gotten good at this.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good.
And on with the next one.
Bubble wrap.
No, it's food. You wouldn't want to eat a bubble wrap. I think this one's quite obvious, if I'm honest. But it looks like...
Lychee.
I would describe it like a polythene bag that looks
Like
like it's been
bubble
sort of, or cling film. It's been scrunched up and put in water.
Looks like bubble wrap.
Does look like bubble wrap, yeah. It's not bubble wrap.
Yeah, it looks like foamy, kind of.
Yeah.
But what's the red on the right?
Well, I don't know. That's for you to interpret. It is part of it.
Did you eat this?
I did.
That night after you took it?
Mm-hmm.
So that tells me it's a snack. Or unless, were you cooking it with the mushrooms?
Oh, well, yeah, that's for you to decide.
I think you were. Rice.
No, it's not rice. No. Again, this was from the kitchen. Obviously, all foods typically lives in the kitchen, but that's...
You'd be worrying if it's from the bathroom.
Well, that's my go-to. That's my go-to for all my shots. Is in the bathroom, kitchen.
So wait, let me recap. So if you were cooking, eating all of this that night, so you had the cereal. That was one.
That I didn't eat
a
the
Weetabix
cereal,
brick.
and then that was just my.
And
standard
then
breakfast.
we've had the mushroom. So you were cooking that, and then what was the last one we just had? A pear. Did you eat the pear straight after?
No, I didn't eat the pear. Didn't eat the pear.
But this one you did.
This one I did. Yes.
For dinner?
Yes.
With the mushroom?
Yes.
Okay. So is it a vegetable?
Yes.
Oh, okay, we're getting there.
Getting there. It's a lot easier we were doing this as a theme, isn't it? Because
it wipes out 99% of our stuff.
doesn't it? It does. It narrows it down significantly.
What the hell do you cook with mushroom? It's not a piece of meat, is it?
It's not a piece of funny looking bit of meat. No, it's not meat.
Pepper. I mean, the red on the right.
That should be your biggest clue.
Pepper.
No.
Because it's kind of like there's a layer of jelly between the white and the red.
Think of the word that you just used there.
Jelly.
No, before that.
Layer.
Yes.
Onions.
Yes.
Onions. Oh, wow.
Look at that. It looks weird when I cut it in half. I cut it in half because I thought it would be more interesting.
Were you cooking at the same time as doing this?
No, I just then popped that back in the fridge in a bit of cling film.
Look
And
at
I
that.
made some pasta.
You cut that weird.
I haven't.
I've never seen an onion look like that on the inside.
Well,
Why does it look like that?
I don't know. The bits in the middle just sort of popped out. It looks like it's got a bit of a face.
It looks like an island with two mountains on it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like Fortnite.
I just chopped it up and I think I had some pasta. But there you go. That's the inside of an onion. A layer. And next.
Sugar.
No. It looks like brown sugar. It looks like demerara sugar.
There's kind of a heart in it as well, which is quite apt. We've had Valentine's Day recently.
Kind of. I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of. Maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe you're looking for love in the wrong place.
I've got to say, I haven't noticed any non-focus bits in this. I'm purely focusing on the focus.
Well, that's great. That's great. As I say, it's nice to return to some higher quality images.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Really sticking the knife in there.
But, I mean, you could argue that they're so crap that you can't really guess what any of these are.
Way to kick yourself when you're down. Yeah. So again, was this part of the meal?
No, this was from the same cupboard as the Weetabix.
Ooh.
If that is a clue. So it's a dry good.
Nesquik. No. I was thinking of milkshake.
No, it's not milkshake.
So you have a dry foods cupboard.
Well, yeah.
So you got your cereals, you got your sugar.
Yeah.
You got your marmalade, your honey.
Marmalade lives in the fridge.
Your honey.
No, different cupboard.
Your Marmite.
No, different cupboard.
Bread.
It would be in that cupboard if there was room for it. The bread typically lives in the freezer. Keeps fresh then, doesn't it?
In the freezer?
Yeah, I just take out
Some
a slice.
people keep it in a fridge.
No, I just stick it in the freezer and then you just take out when you need it.
Some people freeze milk.
I freeze milk.
Do you?
I'm one of those people.
But then, how do you put it on your Weetabix?
Well, it's when you have to defrost it first. But so you buy too much, so your weekly shop arrives and you've still got, I don't know, 3 pints left. You just chuck the other one in the freezer and then defrost it a day or so in advance.
And then does it keep for an extra couple of days?
It'll last the same amount of time. It'll last the same amount of time as it would if you didn't have frozen it. It's really very genius.
We learned some amazing facts on this show.
We do.
Ewan, I'm sure you got one lined up for us. Something about milk.
Something about milk.
Give us a milk fact. It's got to follow on. So you've gone Tony Robinson to Genesis, so then it's got to be a fact about Genesis to someone else. It's like a layer thing. What was his fact last time? Jelly beans.
Jelly beans.
So jelly beans love Tony Robinson. Maybe that was the link.
Maybe Tony Robinson loves jelly beans.
Yeah.
Genesis, you could do something about the Bible and then linking that to a cow. You could then have the cow in Noah's Ark.
Oh, God.
I don't know, something like that, maybe. Let's not get religious. Anyway, let's go back to this. What are you saying? What are you seeing? Say what you see.
I'm leaning in. It's a very sugary texture.
It is, but it is not. It doesn't have any sugar in it, I don't think.
It looks crunchy.
It is crunchy.
Is it a crisp?
It is not a crisp.
It looks like a quaver.
It's not a quaver.
Is it rice cake?
No, it's not a rice cake.
Give me a clue.
You have it with cheese.
Cracker.
Yes. There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
A Jacob's cream cracker.
God, my mouth suddenly just went really dry when I looked at that.
Have you ever done the cream cracker challenge?
No.
Oh, it's
How
quite
many
fun.
have you done?
I think the world record or something is silly, like 4 or 5.
Is it all at
isn't it?
once?
No, it's just how many can you eat within a minute. It's amazing how much moisture one of them bad boys will suck out.
Maybe
your
we
mouth.
should try it one time on this episode. And also, we should try... Didn't you do a 10 cheeseburger challenge?
Very unsuccessfully. Yeah, I did. I did go to McDonald's and order 10 individual cheeseburgers and saw if I could eat them within, I think it was like 10 minutes or something. Like I wanted
one
to
a
try and
minute.
yeah, if I could eat it.
Did you?
No, I think I managed 5, maybe 6, and then felt really ill.
It's that little sauce must get so sickly.
It really was. It was the I love a gherkin. I love gherkins, but it was the gherkins that killed me. It was so acidic.
Did you do it on your own?
No.
I was going to say,
no.
that's like the loneliest, weirdest thing I'd ever see.
No, it's my old housemate and I. When we lived together, I think we were just bored one evening. We'd often do quite weird things, but that was one of the ideas that we had. That we thought, why don't we see if we can do a 10 cheeseburger challenge?
How many did he do?
He didn't do any of it. He thought it'd be a better idea if I did it.
So $9.99 on cheeseburgers. Was it 99p?
They were at the time.
Do you reckon you could do it with a fish fillet?
I reckon I would. I'm a different man than I was in my youth, so I reckon I could give it another go, and I think I could probably do it. I reckon I could do 10 in 15 minutes. I think I could do it.
Well, again, let's give it a go. So the world record for crackers is.
I don't know the exact number, but I know I do. Yeah, you and all tell us. I know it is It's not very much. It's surprising how many you can eat within a minute because honestly they just take out unless you're just waterboarding yourself. There's no moisture in
I'm
your
just
mouth.
picturing it. Oh god, the feeling is like torture. Get rid of it.
All right, go on then.
Oh my word, that looks delicious. Looks like a pretzel.
Do you know? I've just realised this is our last shot.
Is it?
It's our last shot. We have flown through them. I don't know if this is a credit to your guessing, the fact that we're theming them as food related, but we've flown through. And this is like I can load up some more if you want.
And we've only got what, like 5 or 6?
Oh, I think we've had 6.
Well, we need an elephant in the room.
Well, this was going to be the elephant in the room.
Okay, well,
keep it as the elephant in the room, or do you want to know what it is?
I kind of want to know what it is. I reckon load up another one for the elephant in the room.
All right.
Have you got one? Is it a food one?
I don't know. We'll have a look. We'll find some more. Don't worry. We'll find some
Yeah, I'm having a great time.
more. Just want to go through some more.
It looks okay. So it looks like a rock face fossil. You've found an ancient fossil which has been eroded by sea coral, that kind of thing.
It does. It looks like it's come in a rock pool, doesn't it? But it's a food, and it's not seaweed or a rock. Seaweed would have been a good one to have done, actually. Yeah. Next time. But no, it is a food, quite a common food.
Bread.
No. But it does. It came out really well close up.
Yeah, it is quite common, is it?
It's pretty common, yeah.
It does have that bready texture, though, doesn't it?
It looks like it does, but it does not. No.
It's quite worrying, though, what that is.
It's not at all. It's just that it's close up. When you see what it is, it's really quite normal. Describe what do you see?
So it's very rigidy. It's like a rock face, as I said. You could rock climb it.
Do you think?
There's lots of little nibs.
I can imagine like a sea urchin just sort of
it's an underwater piece of coral
clinging to the side. But alas, no, it is. It's nowhere. I'm pretty sure these aren't farmed in the sea.
Did this arrive in the shop that same night?
No, this has been in the cupboard for a while, actually.
Oh, so you don't eat it regularly?
No, I don't eat them regularly, but it is a common food, but I don't eat them.
Is it something that you add to a recipe or that you eat on its own?
Eat on its own, typically, I would say, but you absolutely can use it in a recipe. But I would say probably more likely to eat it on its own. Excuse me.
It looks salty. Is it salty?
No, I don't think so. No, it's quite a dry texture. Again, a bit like the cream cracker.
Fridge?
What?
From the fridge?
No.
Is it a fridge?
No, it's from the same cupboard as the cracker and the Weetabix.
I'm seeing a theme here.
Yes.
You focus on one thing and you stick with it.
I opened up the cupboard drawer and I thought, wow, lots of stuff I can take a picture of in it.
Could eat this on its own. Right, it's not... is that sugar or salt on it?
Neither. It's just there's nothing.
It's the
This is
texture.
an entirely natural.
It's not a nut,
product.
is it?
It is.
No, it's a nut.
It is.
It's not a walnut.
It's not a walnut. No.
Is it just a peanut? Roasted. Dry
No.
roasted.
I feel you're too close to not get it. It's an almond. Is it almond? Almond? I say almond.
I say almond, but
I
I'm
say
sure
almond.
almond is a thing.
I feel like I need to say almond because of like people call it.
Well, I
almond,
mean, it's from Waitrose, isn't it?
no. This is from Sainsbury's actually.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
Sainsbury's almond or almond, however you want to say it.
Okay, again, this looks like a windscreen, a screensaver.
Do you think?
Yeah, I'd love that on my phone.
Oh, you're welcome.
Send it to me.
I'll send it on to you. Feel free to use it.
It looks like you've carved some sort of symbol into it, like a bat.
I haven't.
Can you describe this? Because I'm struggling to describe
Okay,
it.
so it's
Kryptonite.
it's obviously green with sort of different shades. It's got what look to be like veins, I would describe, running through.
Yeah.
But I think they're
Or
the
crevices.
bits, or crevices. They're the bits you describe as like a marking. It looks like the texture of a tortoise shell.
Okay, yeah.
It looks like you could imagine that on the back of a tortoise.
Like quite a 100-year-old tortoise.
Yeah, obviously very ill if it's that colour, but that's kind of the best description I think I could give.
There's like a green mist over it.
Yes, yeah. There's the best way I think you could describe it. But this, if you want to know, didn't come from the dry foods cupboard.
Fridge?
From the fridge, yes.
Cucumber?
No.
Along those lines, though, surely.
It is, yeah.
I mean, it's green.
It is a salad item, so yeah.
Lettuce.
It's a lettuce.
Iceberg.
It's a lettuce. There you go.
Wow.
Bit of a
Every
lettuce.
picture after is like...
It's so much better than the
No,
actual picture, isn't it?
Well, wow, how did he get an image like that out of that? It's amazing.
Oh, it's a talent. That's what it is. It's a talent.
Someone
Right,
needs to hire you.
so you need to close your eyes. I'm going to find this week's elephant in the room. Not that one, because that one's too easy.
You know the sound, you know what's happening. It's that time again.
I'm in charge of the laptop.
Which side of the screen is the elephant going to come from this time?
Right. Not my greatest shot. I have to.
I was about to guess them,
confess.
but it's the elephant in the room.
It's the elephant. Feel free. I'm not going to tell you if you do.
It's very kind of like, it looks like you've mashed something up. That's what I'm getting from this.
Okay.
It feels like this isn't...
like your toffee chew that you did the other week.
Yeah.
That you ate and then spat out and then took a picture of.
Yeah. So
I haven't done that. This is what it looks like as a food.
that's what it looks like.
That is what it looks like.
Cooked or uncooked?
Or
is
this is uncooked.
Okay. That's throwing me out then.
So I haven't mashed this up in any
Beam
way.
me up, Scotty.
This is just as it came and as it looks.
I just had an epiphany.
Okay.
Imagine if humanity gets wiped out, but the only thing that gets saved and the people that sort of are rebuilding humanity is these podcasts.
Is that an epiphany or is that a frightening thought?
What if aliens come to Earth and wipe out humanity, but they save... This is the only thing that
Right.
saved this podcast is what they learned from humanity.
Well, then we're doomed. We're doomed. I mean, what would they think? That we spend our lives looking at things really, really close up and then we look away?
What if they're like, oh my god, wow. That's what aliens sound
and
like.
they're all sort of Chinese sounding, are they?
No, not at all.
Well, maybe.
In your eyes, what does an alien look like?
I don't know. I mean, an alien really could be a bit of bacteria, couldn't it? It could be as simple as that, or it could be as complicated as an intelligent life form.
Films are funny and humans are funny because they like to picture everything as a human like we even build robots but we want them to look human like.
Yeah, they do. There's always got
but they're not the
eyes.
most efficient when they're like that.
No, there's always got big eyes, haven't they? The sort of face and the features, the arms and the legs. I don't know. I mean,
look at this.
Maybe they don't even have mouths. They like osmosis. They just absorb water or something.
Just matter.
Yeah, don't know.
It's like a black hole. What if the black hole is actually the being?
Well,
or has that been proven not to be?
I don't know. I can't.
We're delving into dangerous territory.
I don't know enough about black holes to consider that, but there's got to be life out there, isn't there? I mean, it's impossible not. I say impossible. I can't prove that, but it is. It seems very unlikely that there isn't some form of life in some description out there, whether it be bacteria or some little Asian alien thing that you've kind of described.
I mean, do you think that if there is life out there and they entered our universe or whatever, what are we in, a galaxy or universe? Or either or, and humans discover
the universe
it.
is everything. So within a galaxy.
It's natural human instinct to want to kill it, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think...
We found something new.
I don't think it would end really well for us, would it?
It might stop wars happening on Earth for a bit, though.
Have you considered, here's a weird thought, that this is almost going to sound a bit creationist and a bit like something out of the Bible or something, but have you ever considered that Earth is kind of, because it is so, we're so fortunate, we're so perfect in like I can't remember what they call it, but it's like the
simulation.
No, not that one. That's a nightmare, that thought. But Earth is kind of so perfect, isn't it? Positioned by sunlight, it's just the right temperature, it's just the right distance from the sun. Everything is perfect.
It's an incredible number of coincidences.
It is. So have you ever considered that Earth,
God is real?
The Earth is the kind of starting point for all of that life, because the environment is so perfect, yet we've adapted and can use that to our own advantage to then spread our being, so the human form and others that we take with us from the Earth, so whether it be animals or insects or whatever that might well be, to another planet, and we then are actually just a dot. We're at second number 1 of the universe's clock, and then all of that could spread from Earth. Have you ever considered that? It's very selfish. It's a very selfish kind of thought.
You're right.
That we could be the beginning of life in other areas.
We're the harvesters. Because have you seen the movies where aliens, they're attacking Earth to harvest it?
Yes.
It's called terraforming. But that's what humans do, because they want to go to Mars and fucking inhabit it.
Maybe.
Is that a word? Inhabit?
Yeah, well, we do, don't we? We just want to colonise it all. I mean, I don't know, it's just a thought I had, that what if? And then, say I don't know, a millennia or 4,000 or 5,000 or however many years you want to go forward, that when evolution has taken its point, that alien then starts, because of the habitat that we live in, it will be millions of years, of course, not
You're
thousands.
Right, you're absolutely right.
That we then adapt to that new environment that each colony is spread to throughout the universe.
Because Mars has a different atmosphere.
Exactly, it would be different. A human would be different in a million years' time on Mars than they would on Earth.
Yeah, so you go there, set up, and then it's evolution.
Yeah.
So, my God, you've cracked it.
I don't think so. I mean, it's just a thought. But I mean, I'm still of the view that there is absolutely other life out there, and it's not all from.
Well, on that note, if there is an apocalypse and they want to, we're going to save humanity. You can't save humanity. They'll just take DNA, embryos of every single life form, because it's less space to take DNA of humans.
Like Noah's Ark?
Yeah, they'll take the sperm off every animal. The spaceship people.
Why will they do this? To what end?
No, they're not going to do a ballot and be like, "Oh, Stuart, you're coming to Mars with us."
What do you mean? So
They'd rather take the perfect DNA.
What for?
To repopulate Mars.
Who would? Aliens?
No, I'm talking about if Earth's ending and they're saving people on the spaceships.
Who is? People, humans.
Well, NASA.
Right. I accept.
But they're not going to take every man Joe, whatever they are.
Why would they? Of course they wouldn't.
Yeah, so they've got the DNA and sperm of every animal and life form, and they've got. They can take all the plants. They're not going to take physical plants. They're going to take little cuttings.
Yeah, like that place is it Norway?
Yeah, it's in the mountains.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'd think about the sperm banks.
Right.
Yeah, so they've got all this. Everyone's sperm. Anyone can do it. But what if? This is a fucked up thing.
Right.
What if it's not actually their sperm that they give you?
What do you mean? Who?
They
give to who? Who gives to who?
They do DNA matching.
Who?
The people that run
for
the
what
place.
purposes?
No, just listen to me, because it's hard to get out.
Makes no sense.
Because some people have more, like their DNA matches to each other. So then when the baby's born, there's less problems.
Right.
Less illnesses.
Right.
Or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. That's sort of.
So when they take the DNA to repopulate Earth abroad on Mars,
right,
they're not going to take DNA which is a potential mismatch with other DNA. They're going to take the perfect matches.
So it's designer.
So, yeah, exactly. They'll be playing God, basically. So your DNA, they might be like, this is the perfect DNA, or they'll be like, fuck this guy.
So
listen to his podcast.
I definitely wouldn't make.
Maybe that's a theme. So, DNA.
So what you're saying is
we're all doomed.
I don't quite know what you're saying, but someone for some particular reason is taking DNA of a very particular nature to Mars.
I'm just thinking, like, what are they actually doing with all the sperm and sperm banks? The people that do these things.
This for women that can't get pregnant or blokes that can't.
But how do you know that it's your sperm?
Where? What do you mean? I've never been to a sperm bank.
Say you give your sperm to the sperm bank.
Why?
And then you go back in 5 years saying, I want a kid.
No, it doesn't work like that. Why would I return for my sperm?
No, because some people...
In a bank?
No, because what happens, some people get the snip.
Right.
And they give their sperm before, in case they want a kid, they change their mind.
I don't think that's a sperm bank. I think that's quite different.
I don't know, but just hear me out. But what if they go back in 5 years and they're given their sperm, but how do they actually know it's their sperm?
Well, you'd like to think that there's proper administration in place.
How do we get onto that from this?
I don't know, you've got some pretty desperate thoughts there. I mean, I don't know.
But it's quite apt because the elephant in the room, they're going to take elephant DNA to Mars to repopulate.
Why do we need elephants on Mars? So why would I don't know?
Because they want to take fucking livelihood over there.
I don't think they do. All they need to take up there at the moment, surely, would be plants to create an atmosphere. You want something that grows in that kind of.
Imagine a spaceship just filled with plants.
It's
like shit, loads of plants. We've got to build the ecosystem.
Garden centre.
Well, if you're listening, I'm up for it. I'm going.
I'm not. I'm cool. I'll live out my days here.
We'll take your DNA.
No, I don't want to take my DNA. I'm good. We're all robots anyway, aren't we? We're all part of a computer machine.
This is a Sims episode.
Isn't it? I like that theory that we are all just part of a computer program. It's impossible to disprove, isn't it?
Because you can play similar things, and what if inside that computer people like us are doing something that you told them to do?
And you could argue that we're all programmed to think in the way that we are because of a computer program, and people say that I know it's science fiction more than anything, but because of the way that mathematics work in nature and so what, you could prove or argue, not prove, that we are all part of this giant computer program.
Yeah,
that we're not real. None of this is.
So
real.
I'm not real. Have you seen Black Mirror, Bandersnatch?
I haven't, but I really need to watch
that. It's literally this. Like
we're all just a computer program.
It's like there's spoiler alert. It's basically that there's loads of realities because you're making the decisions, and there's a character that is basically paranoid, or is he saying that it doesn't matter what happens in this reality because there's infinite number of realities. So if you die in this one, it doesn't matter because you're in that one.
You just got
so in an alternate universe, this podcast is the biggest podcast in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're doing it from Mars.
Maybe, yeah. It's pretty frightening thinking that.
Shall we wrap this up then?
No, I think it is.
I mean, I don't know. We've just got into a whole new reality.
Maybe we should do that as a theme. Space
I'm up for that. I'm up for I love space. So I
love space.
I'll watch a week's worth of documentaries and then bam.
All right.
I know everything.
We need to should we ask Professor Brian Cox if he wants to come along?
Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan recently.
Was he?
Yeah.
He might
explain black holes. Yeah. Maybe you should watch that.
He's pretty intelligent. He knows a bit about space. So we could ask if he wants to come along. He probably wouldn't know what that is either. No one does, let's be real.
It's from the surface of Mars.
It's from my house. I'm not going to say where.
So it's a food. It's from his house.
Yeah. And
it's uncooked.
Come on, we will bring out the old game again. So we've flashed it up, flashed it up. You've got to guess what it is. Throw us in your comments. Write us an email. Send us a fax. Whatever you want to do. Let us know what you think it is. Or as our usual commentators do, just put any old shit on the comment section, and we'll just read it out next week.
We're longing for someone to love us. That was the milestone episode 5.
Episode 5.
We made it to episode 5.
Unbelievably. I mean, we have, but nobody else.
Wow. There's a few people clinging on with their fingernails.
They've got nothing better to do.
Everyone that our parents, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, next week is it another theme or is it?
Well, it's your choice. You're in charge next week, so you're your chief photo producing person man.
Oh god!
So you choose a theme. I mean, you surprise me if you want. If you can't think of one now, you've got some time. You've got 7 days. I'll be out of the country, so okay. You have a good think about that. You take some pictures, and we'll see.
And we look forward to seeing you scalers another time.
We'll see you next week.